Yes.
Won't really divulge from that character, won't really go anywhere else. They will say, I am an Ice Climbers main, I am always going to be an Ice Climbers main, you want to take me off this character, I am just back and beyond, my brain is huge for all this information, all this matchup knowledge I have for this one character. So yeah, I am very, very much looking forward to seeing Phrey here. Again, making moves in the Wi-Fi era.
Yes, and on the other side, of course, we have got Caironyx, the Rosalina player, and judging from the noise that I could hear behind me, they've definitely got a bit of a fan base here, encouraging their friend to get into top 64 winners. We've got Ice Climbers against Rosalina and Luma, Phrey against Caironyx for top 64. Let's get right on into it.
And we're off. And again, one thing I do want to say about Phrey immediately is I imagine with the Ice Climbers, they've got to play an aggressive game against Rosalina. They don't want to give her an inch.
Yes, absolutely. You definitely want to be pressuring Rosalina. Get rid of that Luma as soon as you can. But we are seeing some decent combos happening already. Not quite managing to convert of it outside of the 2 down Bs. But we can see Phrey's pressure right now on Caironyx. Nana running back to the other climber.
Yeah, no, again, I said before, we're going to have to see that pressure. And the pressure comes from those desyncs, which Phrey seemingly has in their locker. We will see how much, what crazy, absolutely ridiculous combos. Maybe we'll see the famous phrase going around, Twitter combos, potentially coming out from Phrey with some lovely desyncs hopefully later on.
Yeah, and Caironyx doing a really good job there at just slightly stalling out the recovery to make sure that they can get Luma back in time. And it's interesting to see, so both of these players, of course, a big strategy is go for the partner. And it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. We can see that Phrey not quite managing to get it back when you've got that solo climber and you're that low. You are just, you know.
No, I get where you're coming from. But yeah, you're right, actually. It's a good point. The use of Luma from Caironyx here could be vital, especially if they're able to throw them out onto the ledge. We see a lot of Rosalinas typically throw the Luma out to the ledge, try and catch the recoveries that way. So yeah, I think we could see Phrey maybe trying to target the Luma, get them off stage, and then not give Rosalina a second to breathe after that because they've lost their partner and therefore lost a large part of the game. And as we've just seen, Luma is now off the board. So let's see if Phrey will push this advantage.
And you can definitely see, in a way, Caironyx not quite having the most experience in the matchup, going for a lot of these grabs, but when you've only grabbed one climber, the other one is right there to punish it straight afterwards. And Phrey going for this immediate ledge pressure, covering that platform with the back air, but not quite managing to cover that aggressive recovery onto the stage.
Yeah, no, luckily for Caironyx, that's going to be one Ice Climbers done. Can Caironyx convert this into the other one? Up edge, can we chase? We're going to see a chase here? No, unfortunately not following up too well, but we are seeing off stage to get the spike, and I'm not sure what hitbox that was in the slightest, but... And on that note, we have a reset on the last stock here.
Yeah, Phrey just immediately getting back into that game, not letting that lead escalate any more than it needed to. And we can see it's a really, really, the neutral between these two is going to be very, very delicate. Not quite managing to punish it, and beautiful spacing around the belay. And now suddenly Rosalina here punishing the option, but again, you grab one climber, the other one is there. Yeah,
the other one is there to punish you. I think that a lot of this matchup is going to be a learning experience for both these players, especially Phrey by the looks of it. I think Phrey isn't quite used to maybe what Rosalina can throw out, especially with the use of Luma, but Luma is off the board once again. Hopefully, this time Phrey will push that advantage and get into Rosalina before she has a chance to respawn the Luma and gain a massive part of the kit back. Oh, that shield almost gone, broken with the down B.
Yeah, and Caironyx showing that little bit of adaptation there, going for that spot dodge immediately after the throw, knowing that they were safe to do so, and trying to get away from that belay, but Phrey getting in a little bit too close right now, and suddenly Caironyx just about managing to get back to center stage, but this is getting closer and closer. However, what a drift. What a
drift, but unfortunately for Phrey, they did lose the partner on the way and also lost themselves.
Yeah, it does happen again. When you're down to that solo climber, it is so, so difficult to mount that comeback. Yeah. Particularly when you've got Rosalina and Luma sort of keeping you at the ledge. It is so, so difficult. So a valiant effort, but Caironyx going to take the game one.
Yeah, no, excellent play from both these players. Again, any game where you get to that last stocks where you kind of have that reset. You kind of look at these two players and think, okay, these two are actually pretty well off here. I think we look at them and say, well, you've got one of them has to take the advantage. Otherwise, you're just going to have a constant reset of neutral. Luckily for Caironyx, they took their own play and pushed Phrey, maybe abusing a little bit of potential game knowledge and matchup knowledge, especially with the use of, like I said before, of the Rosalina. Well, who's to know what's happened in the second game? For me personally, both these players playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, and they are going to be sticking to those characters for both of these players, doing such a good job, you know, getting in and out of each other's options. Phrey electing for a smaller stage in small battlefield. What do you think about this pick?
I think, once again, it's kind of similar to what I was saying before about previous matchups. I think it allows Ice Climbers to allow them to build pressure quickly. I think a lot of the play around Ice Climbers is they have good options, and once they're in on you, you really struggle to break out of a lot of their combos, a lot of the moves they can throw out. And I think on something like Small Battlefield, we're seeing it, that pressure, the down B nearly breaking that shield. Caironyx has to react, otherwise the shield is broken and they're going to die, probably from anything at that point, especially the percentage they were on around that time. I think this might be the perfect pick for Phrey.
Yeah, and whilst Phrey is doing a really good job at saving that second climber, it does mean that any kind of pressure that he was exerting is just immediately gone. But we are seeing the decent combos, and 83% Caironyx has gotten to most of that from that one really, really solid conversion.
Yeah, no, I know 100%. I honestly thought Phrey was going to run away with this first stock, but Phrey bringing it back, and again, you open your mouth, and it always happens.
Yes.
Phrey
Phrey taking that stock with the forward smash, catching that really unsafe up smash on shield, and knowing the perfect punish to get around it. And now suddenly the onus is on Caironyx to approach and to get that stock. But again, when you've not got a second climber with you, your recovery is so linear. It hurts, Pickle. It hurts.
It really, really does for Ice Climbers. Their partnership is legendary. And as we're seeing there, once you've lost one half of you, unfortunately, there's not much you can do. It's game over, I think, at that point. And as we saw there, Caironyx perfectly capitalizing on it, taking the stock.
Yeah, and again, Phrey really electing, they're really enjoying staying in the center stage and exerting that pressure. And what a read on the roll up, not even bothering with the second climber, just catching Phrey, maybe sleeping at the wheel a little bit. Of course, just to clarify, we have got Phrey on the Ice Climbers and Caironyx on the Rosalina, as we are seeing, but watch your shield!
Let's go!
So damn good.
Yeah, and that's the perfect play for Ice Climbers there. That's what you want to see from a player, especially a player like Phrey, the caliber they're at, and that's not what you want to see immediately after an excellent kill.
Yeah, but that was so smart from Caironyx. Phrey obviously just elected to go a little bit lower, following the trajectory of the second climber, and then Caironyx just sending the second climber a little bit far back, and now suddenly what you thought was your recovery is no longer available, and you just perish. You just perish.
You do, and it's so unfortunate for Phrey, because that was... where do you start? I mean, the play was beautiful. They had Caironyx exactly where they wanted them, and Caironyx just responded absolutely perfectly. No fault from these two players. Again, once I said before, I think these players are pretty evenly matched. I think we're not really going to see too much of a lead here, but as I say that, Phrey once again pulling out these incredible Ice Climbers problems. Their play is almost impeccable at this point.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, just the pressure from both climbers being around. Nana chasing desperately after the main climber, after poor Popo. And this is where it gets tricky. That up air is going to start killing soon. This is small battlefield after all.
Yeah, small battlefield. Small battlefield, small stage, small... Can't even finish the sentence before Phrey just goes ahead and swings the hammer in your face like they're King DDD.
Yeah, it's so difficult. You've got to be so aware of the fact that if you've only got that one climber, the second one is waiting. You've got to pressure so safely on the shield. Otherwise, you are just going to lose that stock. And Phrey evening it out right now. This is going to be a very, very interesting conclusion.
Yeah, no, we're seeing a lot of games go all the way, which I think speaks for the caliber of the players and the skill level of the players we're seeing.
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. What kind of stage do you reckon we're going to see in this Game 3, given that Phrey, well...
Normal Battlefield.
Normal Battlefield. I do respect the pick. I think both these players are going to benefit from, obviously, those extensions, being able to keep these characters in disadvantage and extend, particularly, the Ice Climber up air strings, the Rosalina up air strings.
Literally, my next comment was going to be, well, yeah, but Rosalina has a similar option, especially chasing onto that top platform. And another option that I think is perfect for this matchup is that down air that Rosalina has as well. We saw that in the first game. Perfect for chasing Nana away from Popo, allowing them to get separated out, maybe even to kill one from that, especially in offstage situation. Yes, you might get Popo back, but Nana's gone, and it really kills Phrey's options if that happens.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of belays on stage and off stage from Phrey. Definitely a habit that they probably would have picked up over the Wi-Fi era, and it's sort of working out 50-50 right now, but what you don't want to be happening is you don't want it to not work out at that clutch situation. We saw it right there, trying to go for it at a disadvantage and just being met with a forward smash, and it's so difficult. You've really got to be careful.
Yeah, no, Caironyx is playing this really well. He's trying to keep the two Ice Climbers separate, so when he can go for Popo, Nana isn't actually there to have an answer to get him out of that situation, which is really, really smart play. Caironyx is essentially kind of playing it like a doubles match, trying to keep one opponent away from the other while they keep opponents away from the other, so they're able to chase one down and get the kill. Even if that kill is on Nana, because it limits Popo's options afterwards, it makes it so much easier for Caironyx to find a kill.
Yeah, and we can see, again, another situation where you trade with the one climber and the second one is there, and a lovely call out on the dropping of the shield. Phrey going for that up smash and just being outspaced with the Popo forward smash, and suddenly...
Oh, nice catch on the down tilt of the Legend. Yeah, Phrey does not have a recovery because Nana's gone.
Yeah, and what started off as what could have been a potentially really nice lead. However, you're going to be laddered all the way to the top. Those up airs from Ice Climbers do so much damage.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, again, both of these characters definitely have the high combo power. The thing, especially with Rosalina, is a lot of her aerials are great for catching two players. Great for catching two characters, exactly what Nana and Popo are. Yeah. Therefore, rack up high percentage, makes Nana easier to kill, makes Popo easier to kill. You catch one of them with a stray aerial or a stray forward smash, one of them's going, and again, Caironyx is just playing this, for me personally, very well. But on the other hand, Phrey also, we've seen the decent combos, we're seeing a lot of pressure applied by them. Again, that was really unfortunate though from Caironyx. They got the Nana kill. Unfortunately, in kind of the opposite situation I was saying before, Phrey was actually there with Popo to follow up and say, you've killed my partner, well, time for you to die.
Yeah, and you can see Phrey buffering that air dodge, trying to tech from the strong hit of the downer. However, the weak hit just sending them straight down and then air dodging to their doom. Nana in a very precarious situation, however, about managing to get back onto the stage.
I was literally about to say, if Caironyx had just thrown out one down air, that could have been Nana gone. Unless Phrey decided to run off stage to try and save them, and that would have been incredible for Caironyx. They would have had a major advantage there. But as we talk about one partner might go, one partner has gone. Luma once again off the board. Can Phrey make a punishment here?
Yeah, and I think Caironyx is getting really used to these belays on stage from Phrey, just staying in place, waiting for the climbers to swoop on in, and then just punishing as hard as they can.
Excellent. Loving this from Caironyx. I thought they were going to get that up air, chasing off stage again once, like I said before. They keep chasing one of them off. Nana is gone. We're seeing exactly what I'm talking about. Excellent up air from Caironyx. Beautiful, beautiful play. And these ICs no longer have a mountain to climb.
No, they don't. They've been straight back to the base of the mountain in a close set. Caironyx taking it 2-1 over Phrey. Of course, Phrey going to be continuing their run into losers, and if they're playing like this all of today, I doubt this is the last time we're going to see them. Yeah,
no, I do feel sorry for anyone who comes off the back of that. Phrey probably can't be too disappointed with what they were doing. I think, again, like I said before, I think these two players were very evenly matched. I don't think there's too much Phrey's going to take away from that of a disappointment. So, yeah, look out whoever has them in losers, because you might be in for the time of your life.
Yeah, you can see Caironyx getting a hug from their friends. I think that's Caironyx. I'm not sure which one's which. I'm going to level with you.
Let's hope.